Hi, I'm Ian from EcoWash Chem Mix Pro. This is our stainless steel van pack soft wash system. It's equipped with our proportioner, which is a 3x1 chemical mixing proportioner, and it's got the rinse and film module attached. It's just inside there. In here, we'll open it up and see what we've got. Okay, so we'll start at this end with the electrical side of things. We've got a NOCO Genius 10 charger and maintainer power supply, and it does power the pump of that size. Here we've got an 150 amp hour AMG battery, a 25 litre sodium hypochlorite bleach tank, a 15 litre soap tank. Here we've got the Everflo bleach pump, which is a 20.8 litre bleach pump, 4.3 bar I think. On the side here we've got the V16 Flow Controller. As said, our proportioner. We've got a 40 metre stainless steel hose reel. All the connectors on this whole entire system are all stainless steel Camlock fittings on every part of it basically. And that's what we intend to use for most of our soft washing things. It's just the best sort of fit all together really, safest connections. So just want to do a quick demonstration. We've done a little video a week or two ago, and we showed the rinse and fill module being used. It wasn't a very good video, to be honest, and it needed priming halfway through, so it did look like it took a good while to get from the can into the system. So we'll just go through that again today and just show you how it actually works, so we've all got a clear picture on that one. We'll take that cap off there for now. Okay, so we'll go into the bleach tank. So what we'll do is we'll just pop that lid off there, connect straight onto the bleach tank with the Camlock fitting there. Cap off and stick this onto the outlet of the hose, which is there. Okay, so basically what's going to happen now is once I connect this to the port here, it's then going to start sucking through and then emptying into the sodium hypochlorite tank. So we'll connect the hose. The hose is on. We'll turn towards the module. We're straight there. So theoretically we should all be good to go here. As you can see now, that's pretty much instantaneous. There was no length of time involved there from it sucking it to it putting it into the tank there. It did happen pretty quickly. So that's showing that works, and it's showing the rate in which it works. Obviously last time the pipe wasn't primed. I connected it to the machine first before sticking it into the water, and consequently there was nothing going into the tank. It was just obviously there was an airlock in there. So we'll get that up to just about 10 litres say for now, just as a demonstration more so than anything. But it does, it does back it up pretty quickly. So we'll just knock that off there for now. 10 litres, that's us good to go. So what we'll do is we'll just lock that off a minute, and then we can disconnect that without making too much of a spillage. We can stick it onto our soap tank, which then we can open up again, and we'll do another go. Just stick a little bit more water into the soap tank as what it is, and then we can do just a little demonstration as to how this is all working and how it's running as well. So that should do us now just for demonstration purposes. So that's basically running in there now. You can see the air's coming back through the hose, so we'll just let that do its thing. Okay, so if we knock that off and do that, disconnect that. We connect up to the hose reel now, like so. Once these are obviously done, you can just go back into the lid where they basically live, stick these caps back on here and here. We can disconnect from the rinse and fill module now. We'll lock that off and also stick the cap back on there. So basically the system's being filled, so to speak. So what we'll do now is we'll reposition the camera so we can see what else is going on. So as you can see, inside is the pump in there. The charge is in there, see? So what we'll do is we'll set the camera back here now. Just sort the tripod out. And then obviously we can see a bit closer than I think here. We'll have a better idea of what we're doing with regards to the controls and whatnot. Okay, so on here now we've got the trigger gun and our J-rod nozzle. So basically what we need to do is to prime the water. Now we've changed this, so obviously we've stopped using the rinse and fill module. So this is the valve for the rinse and fill module. So now it's just turned straight, pointing towards the proportioner itself. We've got the water on full. So literally all we have to do now is turn that on. That'll prime up, and then that's basically where we're good to go. It'll just start pulling the water through. As you can see now, it's starting to prime with just the water. And as you can see, the distance is getting further and further away as we go. So now, you know, we're getting up to full pressure, and as you can see, there's a little bit of wind, but we're literally going over the fence a good little way there as well. So that's that. Obviously you want to involve some of the chemicals that we're proposing to say put into it, and then again wait until the pump activates, and then we get a stronger flow again, which is going right over the fence, as you can see there. Let me stop that a minute. And just, yeah, as you can see, it is going right over the fence. That's one of the finer nozzles on the J-rod. That's our bigger jet just coming out there, as you can see. That's a decent one as well. Obviously, the more solution that you have coming through in each can is the greater pressure that you'll have, basically. With regards to the fan nozzles, we can swap it around again, and literally we'll be able to cover the side wall here just in pretty quick succession, really. There you go. So obviously if you had a mix in that wouldn't be taking you too long to get it on the floor. There's not an awful lot of spray coming off, to be fair. You definitely get away with a chlorine solution being used by this trigger gun for single stories, definitely. Obviously if you wanted to go any higher, it wouldn't be too much of a problem. We can get it above the gutter there, so obviously there's more spray involved with that. So that's pretty much the system in its entirety. With regards to the proportioner side of things, people have been asking me how does this work, how did the proportioners work? They're not too sure. People were interested in buying a proportioner. but didn't really realise that they needed a pump as well. So basically what we've in essence got here is the battery, which is there, the battery, and the battery powers the pump basically, that's powered by this, yeah, and the pump draws from the tanks through the proportioner. So as you can see, all these hoses here, so the bleach line, say for instance, comes out of the bleach tank, it goes into the bleach line of the proportioner, which is the far side, because that's where the rinse and fill module is attached. It goes through its valve, through a non-return valve, and then it goes into the blend manifold, and so do all the others. So that one's the first line furthest away from the actual the outlet is your water, your soap, and then the closest ones is your bleach. So again, each one's got a valve, a ball valve, and then a non-return valve. The non-return valve stops any of the chemicals from mixing in the tanks and coming back through the proportioner. So basically it's a one-way system. It'll only let the liquids through and through the proportioner and then out of the outlet on the proportioner, which is there, and then that's what comes into the pump. Once it comes through the pump, it's basically vacuumed through this proportioner, and then it's sent up this hose here, which basically just goes straight onto your hose reel, which is situated up there on the top, and that comes out through your hose reel, and that's that. Pretty simple bit of kit, really. The proportioner itself is basically here. So depending on what settings and what ratios it is from the chart down there, and what solution strengths you've got in the tanks in the first place, depends as to, you know, how you'd actually use this. On some occasions we pre-dilute our sodium hypochlorite before we stick it in the actual tank to be able to give us lower ratios, on work where, you know, we're not actually needing crazy amounts of bleach being used. So obviously dead simple, knock them all off. Just general principle, your water is probably always going to be on 5 when you use it, and depending on the, you know, the strength that you put in there in the first place, you know, 1, 2 on your sodium hypochlorite, and normally 1 or 2 again on the bleach, on the soap, sorry, depending again how you've put that into the tank. On some cases, and in most cases to be fair, we load our, you know, our surfactants with a scent, and then we dilute that as well just to fill the tank up, just so we're not using loads of it. The surfactant that we use is really effective, so we don't need to be sticking loads and loads of it in there anyway, to be fair. So that's basically how that one works. This one is available here now. It's only had raw water run through it. £3,750 ready to go. It comes with a, you know, a quick run through of everything that it does. It's guaranteed. It plugs basically in 240 volt. That's your power supply. There's the inlet of the water, so it's directly fed from your tank that's already pre-existingly in your van. Amazing bit of kit. The V16 controller there is the HC version, basically just down to it being a 30 amp pump and there needing to be a better controller than just the normal V16 controllers that are available. That's the HC model. And yeah, it's all good. Chemical resistant hose, fantastic bit of kit, waiting for someone to want to take it with them. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this has been a bit better than the last video. I hope you can hear me clearly, and I hope you've got a better understanding of what's what. Any other questions, any other problems that people have got, and or anything you want to know, you just have to give us a shout, and I'll be able to get something either, you know, to show you like I've done today, or, you know, I'll come up with some photographs or some other way of getting you the information that you're after. So that's it. Take care. Thanks for watching. That's Ian from Chem Pro.